everyone, and welcome back to our little secretary tutorial. We already we did the inside of it, and we built the, the sides to the top of the desk. And what I did is push on the little insert inside, put glue in the back of the, inside of the back of the desk, and push it down. Now, the only thing you may need is that I use the same size for the base of the desk in here as I did the bottom. Well, since I wanted it inside of the drawer insert, I had to just cut it a little bit, but it wasn't a big deal. Make sure you put some wood glue, and that's it. And push it in and, bring it in. So we got it actually together now, okay? Once we do this, the very next thing we're gonna do is the hinges, or the, I'm not gonna say hinges, but the apparatus, I guess you could say, for that disc to open up and stay opened. I have a video of my little disc, but I'll show you what I've done on the little older disc. Hold on. Just in case you didn't see it, okay? I was having problems doing the, trying to find a hinges that would work. I made my own. I didn't have anything tiny enough for this, so, and I didn't want it to show from the outside because I thought, I don't want it to do that. So Mom said, well, what about a chain? I said, well, I was thinking of putting in a chain anyway, as far as the opening and closing thing, but I wanted just some hinges. Anyway, I did what Mama said, put the chain on there, and look at it. It stayed beautiful. I don't have to worry about it. And not only that, when it's closed, which I like it, well, it closes well. It's not a problem closing. I like it because at the bottom, it fits nice and tight. So actually, I like it. I like the idea. So, but because I already had my desk finished, and all of that, and I thought, now what? Well, I had to push in the pin that I'm going to show you how to do. And it had a little poke right here, you can tell a little bit where I poked through. I couldn't help it. And of course, this little bit of cardboard, which is this, it's very thin, come on. So even though I tried to repair it, it still kind of shows a little bit. I'm going to go back on there and do something about it, but that's okay. Anyway, it's from my craft room, all right? Maybe nobody will notice. So anyway, I had to do that. And so I thought the best thing to do is go ahead put the chain on now, okay? Poke it through it, do what I will have to do, and then put another side on it. And that will take care of that, okay? Because if not, it will drive you nuts like it did me, and I don't want it to do that. So that's why I decided to do an extra side on the desk. It's not that much. It's not going to make that much difference, really. And actually will make it a little more sturdy so that, hey, it can work for both of us. Okay, so now this is what I did. I measured in about, and it's hard to tell, but can you tell? Let's see if I can get it in there for you. Let me get up so I can see it. It's right here. Whoops, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's right here. The little dot, okay? And it's about 1/2 inch in, more or less, and about 1/8 of an inch up, okay? And I did the same thing on this side, which I already pre-pinned it, did my little dot in here too, and the same thing, 1/2 inch in, and about 1/8 of an inch or slightly more, up. That's it. Okay, I cut my little chains. So far, it's about, actually, it's a little bit over, it's about 1 1/8 inch. Which is good, that take care about when we get the door that goes in here, it will work just fine. So I haven't put the top in here because I wanted to make sure that when I'm working in here, nothing was on my way, okay? And I think it will be the best thing. I get my little head pin right here, okay? And what I'm gonna punch it all the way through the little dot that I had. Uh-oh, we got lucky today, whoa. Okay, and I just wiggle it in there until it goes through, really, basically. And we got it out. Okay, see it? Okay. Once you got that, make sure that goes all the way through it, and then push it out. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I tell you, I wish I had known that when I first did my little disc. But that's the thing, when you've never done something before, seeing it goes real easy. It's one ply, okay? When you haven't done something, before, those things happens. Okay, now, because the chain, it's a little bit, this is all I had left. It's little, but not that little. In other words, the pin, unfortunately, let's see, let me go through it. It will go through because it's not, actually this one didn't. But just in case, actually, I'm sorry, it did not do it. But just in case it wiggles and it does it, I just happen to have, and I have it in here, some gold beads. I had some gold beads. I got beads, I tell you. We got beads by the pound. I got some gold beads at Hobby Lobby, which is perfect. And then I'm going to thread the bead into the pin first, okay? Then I'm going to go through it at the very, very end chain in here, okay? And that's going to hold it nicely. And actually, the finish is kind of cute. So, that's what we're going to do. Once I get it through it, and I'm going to use some E6000, okay? Once I get it through it, then I will clip it in here once it's dry, okay? And sand it off a little bit, so when we put that in there, it won't show nothing, okay? So that's what I'm planning on doing. And by doing it this way, like I said, so much easier. So I'm going to get a little bit of, I'm just going to put some on this little corner here, just a little bit, because I don't need much. Not much anyway. Let me get me another toothpick, maybe. Oh, I'll get me a skewer, and then I'm just going to put some right in the hole if I can. Okay, right there. Make sure, be generous without being, woo, could that be possible? I don't know. And then I'm going to stick the pin back in. Okay, make sure that the chain does not get glued. And that here we are. Whoops. Okay, there you go. It's very little when it looks like it's more than what it is, but it's very little, okay? And I'm going to go over there and put just a tiny more, just for goodness sake, okay? And that's it. I'm going to leave it there for a little bit, let it sit. And then meanwhile, I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to get this, get the little gold bead on it, get my other piece of chain. This is when you have a broken chain somewhere, and it works. Just use it for this. It's great. This one is a littler, as you can tell. See, it's a little, really tiny little chain. But like I said, I like it, so I'm good with it. Okay, let's go ahead and do that on this side now, and put some of this E6000. And that's what I did on the other one. It stayed beautiful. Okay, let's see if I can get it in there with my little, there, tiny. Okay, is that it? Yeah. Bring it in. Make sure that the chain is not, poke in there, because it will glue and it gets, you know what I mean. And I'm gonna put some more of that, a little bit, so it will have some extra. And I'll get some in here too, what the heck. That's not gonna show anyway, so it's okay, okay? And let's leave those little chains just hanging, preferable on the front, right, so. And we're just not gonna worry about it right now until we get the door done, okay? So now we're ready to actually finish the top, because which it was an afterthought, I'm gonna put that on either side, okay? The very top that goes just around this area, you know, they just fit just right on, very flush on all three sides, was gonna be a little bit small, you know, for this extra 1/16 of an inch. So we got 2/16 of an inch, one on either side. So I did the very top, which is right this one. So when I put the other one, it's gonna be flush into it. So what I did is I got the original and I add to it a 1/16 of an inch on either side. Basically, that's what I did, okay? And that's the top of it. Like so, okay? I'm gonna try, I don't know yet how I'm gonna do it because my time is so limited. And Katrina knows how to put it on the computer, so y'all can go in there and, you know, if you want this particular pattern. We're only gonna charge $1 for it, I mean. So, but you can extract it and do as many copies you need to, whatever, okay? I'm gonna try to do that and have all of it in there for you. And then you can make extra, you know, copies and stuff as I did if you're interested. But please don't order right now because I gotta make my trip to Katarina and, you know, take her the plan so she can insert it in the computer because I'm not a computer person. I'm surprised I'm doing what I'm doing. In case you haven't noticed. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, first thing I have to do here, the very first thing is go ahead and put a little bit of the here, of this. Like so, okay, on the inside. I'm not gonna worry of the outside of it, but the part that goes inside. So I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna let it dry for a sec. And it will dry pretty fast. Now, we need a piece that goes right in here, inside of this. Like so. Hold it, hold it. And it comes from the top to the inside. It goes inside, okay? And it's gonna angle just like the disc angles in here. Hold on. Let me put it in there and kind of show you what I mean. Okay? I did 2 of those little things because I felt like it's gonna be stronger and it needed it. So that's what I did. And the top will still fit, no problem. So what we're gonna do is put some wood glue right here. Wood glue right there. I'm just gonna scoop it up some and put it on. Okay, make sure you take what you don't need and make sure it's angled the same as this angle in here, okay? Because that's important. This is where the top lid is gonna lay on. So you need that piece in there, okay? And I got me a little towel here. Okay, so we got that in there. Now, it doesn't matter that I can do this, you know, let's see, let me put some little glue in here. Excuse me. I tell you, why we have allergies, I have no idea. I don't even know what my voice used to sound like. It's very hoarse, and I don't smoke, I don't do anything like that. I'm a good girl. But it's really bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside in here first. And, you know, like I said, this cardboard, this mat board is very porous. And we wanna be sure that when we put the paint in it too, it's gonna be just fine. It seems to work for me better if it has the glue over it. There we go, okay. And we're gonna have that there. We're gonna let it dry for a little bit, okay? Now, the fun part of the stuff, but you just love this, the drawers. Now, this is one of the drawers that goes inside. This is the base of the drawer, by the way. We're gonna put the the contour that go around it, okay? But this is for the little one, so let's just go ahead and start on the little ones. Let me show you what I'm doing. I went and cut out a cereal box, because I do like to do this out of cereal box. I already put 2 together, you know, or go over inside one more round, then use it out of the other one. It goes so much easier, okay? But one usually is more than enough. So this is how I do how I actually do the contour around the little base. Now I go in here. Basically what you want to do is go in here and score it, and then go in here and score it, then again in here. You know, in other words, each angle that you go into it, you want to score it. So here what I'm going to do, for instance, I'm going to come here and I'm going to go inside, but it don't matter. It's just perfect when you do it this way. And I'm going to go like, and I'm just going to pencil it, okay? Now I'm going to the wider part of it, and I hope you can see it because it's so teeny. And again, I make my, you know, I draw a line. Then I go back to the little size, the narrow side. You know, and I'm go ahead and putting it in by that little mark I made. And again, I go in there, and last and not least, go to the last wide side. We got 4, right? So we got 2 narrows and 2 wider ones, and that's that. But then I go over just a little bit, because I like that extra overlap. It seems to, when it, instead of have it open like you go in like this, you know, I like it for it to go in like a little bit over, okay? Now I'm gonna cut it. And of course you do that to both of them. And I do, in other words, I don't just draw it the same. I do for the other one the same way. That way I know it's gonna fit. Because I may just don't cut, you know, cut both of them the same. Or that's just the way it is. Now with a knife or a score thingy here, for this fine thing, I rather just do it with a knife a little bit. Just a little bit. Barely a little bit. Like that. But that seems to work for me better than anything else. So now I'm just going in and fold, oops, and in and fold, and in and fold. And the last little piece, that's the one, the overlap one, and fold, okay? Now, let's see how it come out. So when you get done with it, you should come out with something that looks kind of like this. Okay? Just a very, very, I see, maybe right there. I don't know. But anyway, there you go. Okay? Now let's see if this is going to fit, because we're going to do it right on the top. So we'll see. Okay, let's see. That's one going like this. Now let's hope everything is gonna be a-okay. If not, hey, I can go around it a little bit of the of this too, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But let's see. First, I'm gonna, you know, inside. I like to glue this inside, and I'm gonna go ahead and the piece that I'm going inside, I'm gonna file it a little bit. Okay, actually, I'm gonna file them all because it's got that paint from the box, and that way, you know, I don't like to use the paint from the box. Okay, so let's start all over again. This one here. Let's see. Okay, this is the one that I'm gonna go in, and I'm going to put some of this. And I gave the drawer plenty, you know, this little piece. Let me show you. Let me get the tweezers. When I, you know, before I put the size, I measure to be sure that whatever I put in there was gonna fit, okay? And I did, and here it is. Let's see. See? It goes in very nicely, and also the same size. Well, it should, because they're both the same size, but I always do one and then the other one. Again, that one fits really good. And like I said, this is the base. So you need to do make sure that the height and the width of the opening here, you know, that you measure that before you put the sides on, okay? Alrighty, let's see here. I'm trying not to bore you. Oh, Lordy. Let's see. Okay, right there. And I pinch really hard. Let's see. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I need to cut a little bit out of here. Okay. And I think it's about right. Let's see. Yep. See? We did good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put some wood glue all the way around it. Be generous with it. To a point, of course. It's so tiny stuff, you know what I mean, but be generous. Okay, and we're gonna put it right on top of it. And hopefully we'll get it. And it looks like we did. Actually, it looks better inside and it's fine. For me, it's okay because I have plenty of room and it's not gonna be a problem. So there we go, there we go. So let's just do it inside. See, you can change your mind right away. So if it doesn't go one way, it goes the other one. Let me move this back a little bit. I'm gonna put it in a flat surface because I wanna make sure that this goes down, you know. So when it's good and dry, everything's gonna be just fine. All right. And if you need to give a little bit more of a, you know, glue around it, it's okay. And I'm going to inside of it, okay? I tell you, these little boogers are tiny, but you can still work with it. I mean, it's not that hard. I always say, if I can do it, you can do it. Absolutely. And just work with more pointy things and smaller things, and it works just fine. There we go. So I'm gonna leave that also to dry, okay? And then when it dries a little bit, I'll try to draw it real quick. And now we're gonna do the other one. And I think, oh, here it is, okay. Okay. Let's see how we do with this one. I might have to do the same thing. And it probably will because, see, I did it for the outside, so it probably will. It's okay. Okay, narrow. Wide. I just kind of go around and around. And let's see, narrow and wide and a little bit more. And a little bit more, okay? I just don't like the corners to finish, like I said, but you know, end to end, because you have a weakness in there, and that's where you're gonna have some problems. Let me go ahead and do that first. All right. And like I said, I'm just gonna score once, firmly, but not all the way down, okay? And here we go. Alrighty. And here we go. I want to thank you for all your wonderful and sweet and comments on Miss Valentina. Y'all, I tell you, I am having fun. I am having a lot of fun. Now I need to get Alexandra out, and I just like her shoes. I finally got her shoes the way I want, and now I need to, you know, decorate them. And so maybe the next couple of days or so, we'll be able to do that too. Okay. Because this is gonna go inside, which is fine, I'm just gonna go on here on the rim. And put the glue on. Okay. Now the next video we will finish this desk, okay? I promise. Alrighty. And then we're gonna try to get it inside. And here we go. And let's see, I want to put some more of the glue inside, and that will take care of it. Really, it will. It'll, if we miss a little bit of something in there, we'll, oops, brown in. This will do it, actually, and you won't have any problems. There we go, see? We got a drawer. And then I'll show you how we do the, you know, actually the face of the drawer, okay? All right. So let's get then done the bigger drawer for the disc, okay? And again, I'm gonna put some more in here, and this I'm going to glue. Because I like everything finished. Inside and out. Okay. Another way you could do it, really, I guess it would be like, now this one is a little bit, you know, a little taller, but not much. But again, it's gonna fit beautiful in here. See, I tried it, so that's the main thing. You wanna make sure whatever the strip that you cut for your opening, that it just glides nicely this way. And also the insert for the base of the drawer, also that goes very nicely, okay? Now this one, I'm gonna do it a little bit different. How about that? Also, you can do it this way. Oops, excuse me. And I'm going to put it smack on top. Okay? Now you can do a little bit of scoring in here, see? Where you're gonna do it. But let's put that in there first. Let me bring it down. In other words, a little bit at a time. You can do that. I just like the other way because it's easier. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring it in. Try to bring it in a little bit. Oh, there we go. And this is gonna be right on top of the drawer, okay? Not on the other side. This goes right on the top of it, see? This dries so, like I said, it just sucks it up. Let's see, here we go. And of course you would do it right here. And again, it would be flush with the, right here, see? On top of the base of the drawer. And again, I will just go ahead and back in here and do this. So whatever is easier for you, you do, okay? It's not one or the other. One is whatever's best for you. Let me see, hold on. So I can see it. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. And again, I will do my little drawing. In other words, you just kind of, you know, put it on, and then you go to the next corner, do it, and until you get to, you know, in here. When you get in here, I'm going to cut a little piece that is a little longer, like that, okay? Now, I'm gonna come back in here, and I want it in this one, and inside I'm gonna do the scoring. Bring it in. And we're gonna bring this in, okay? Whatever you need. And then now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue around it, you know, with a brush, just to be sure it's gonna be there, it's not gonna move. Okay, like this one, because like I said, this stuff, it just sucks it up. There we go. But we got it there. So whichever, you know, whichever way you want, it's a-okay. It's your little project. You do it what it makes you feel more comfortable with, in other words. There we go. And here we go. I might have to come in just slightly more on that corner. There we go. And now we got it. So just kind of wiggle with it until you get it like you want it. And right here on this corner where I have the little insert in there, just kind of press it like with a knife or something, you know, flat. I'm just gonna put some right there. There we go. Now we got it. And now I'm gonna come in here, make sure I got it in there, and just, you know, just press on. And we got a drawer, okay? It's like I said, it's not hard, it's just maybe a little time consuming. But once you get with it, like I said, the first one maybe take you a little longer, but the second one, you just put it around there like it was nothing. So I don't want you to I want you all to experience what I've been experiencing. Fun. I really do. And you know, this is something too that you can just set out. Sometimes I take it into the by my desk, and I put on some YouTube, you know, tutorials for the ladies that I'm subscribed to and such, and do this and watch them or hear them, and you know, look up every once in a while, and it's wonderful. So yeah, you can do that. Okay, now these are ready to, you know, to see if they're done, and if I angle it just right. Let me get the this thing here, because otherwise, yeah, see? The little thing is in the way, but here you go. And you can pull it out, and you can put it in, okay? So that's good. Now, I'm going to probably do a little bit of, filing a little bit when I get it all good and dry, just to be sure everything is okay. But other than that, no problem. Let me get it in there. It's just kind of weird angle here. But yeah, see? There we go. And there we go. Okay? And once I get it filed, the little raw edges out of the way, perfect. Okay, there we go. Now, to do the facing of the drawer, basically you're gonna be opening, when you make this is 1/2 inch here and 3/4 from here to there. In other words, it's 1/2 inch deep, or tall if you wanna say, and then it's 3/4 long. Okay, so you want the drawer to come from the base right at the edge of this little shell. So I would cut a piece. Let me get a piece of cardboard, okay? Just to give you the idea. Well, the little ones I'm talking about. The bigger one is easier, of course. So I'm just going to do a, let's see here. Because I like to cook, what I like to do, like I say, I like to sand them off, paint them and all that before I actually put on the, you know, the facing part of it. So I'm gonna say, three-quarters. Okay, 1/2 inch. Half an inch. And 3/4. Okay. It's kind of hard to do this, you know, be sure that you get it, because I like to do in the little squares for the main reason, I think I got it, that I can keep things, you know, more tight. Let's see. And if this is too big or in any way, shape, or size, just, you know, cut on it a little bit here and there. If that's what you have to do, it's okay. Okay? So now I'm going to measure this in here and see how it's going to go. And it looks like I can go down another 1/16 of an inch, but other than that, see that it looks pretty darn good. So let me come eyeball a 1/16 of an inch and see if that helped. There you go. Okay? So this is how you do this. Once you got the everything is dried and everything, then one end you will not put any color or anything before you glue that on. And the main reason is, now you're gonna come on all the way to the bottom of it, okay? And line it up, and that just goes in, okay? Because now you can make your little drawer taller. I just didn't do it. I just kind of, you know, decided I wanted a smaller one. But you can make it a little bit taller, but as long as it's going to be able to go in there, okay? That's the main thing. But I like it, so I'm gonna do this. And of course, I'll just put that in here and pull it out back in, and no problem. So this is the little ones only of the, see? And it'll be flushed that to the bottom. Just for the inside of it. Now for the outside, for this one here, okay, which you already did, and I still, like I say, even though it fits, I still need to do some filing. That one, I cut off the, a little bit more of the opening around it. And again, it's up to you how wide around, how much you want to see of the base, you know, out. This one for me works beautiful because it covers the opening and it gives me about pretty much an equal, it's kind of hard to tell, equal area around it. And that's what I did. you know, you don't have, I mean, I don't, this I don't even measure. I just kind of do it, and, you know, because like I said, your drawer is going to change a little bit anyway, so, you know. And this is why we do the drawers also the last, because if we decide to cut everything precisely like we think it's going to fit, most likely it's not going to. So, you know, unless you get lucky, and you can, I'm not saying you cannot, but I'm just saying this is the best way to do it, to do the very, very last. So once you get that done, okay, then on this one though, you would go, because you have a little bit here and a little bit there, and this is in between both of them, then you want this also to go in between both. In other words, you have a little rim around it. So the extra rim around it, see, even in here at the bottom, and around the sides and on the top, okay, that's how you want to put your drawer in there. Center it. Basically, you're going to center it on the little cardboard. And that way, when you get it in, you know, you get it in here, everything's going to fit just right. And I don't want to do it all the way in, because otherwise I might have to take it out. And but you know what I mean. And then it just goes in there beautifully. Okay? So this is the drawer, so I'm not going to, you know, and it needs to, like I said, it needs to dry, and it needs to file and all that. So far, this is what we're going to do, okay? Now, the very top in here, we can do that one. And it's already dry. See how fast it went? So I'm going to put the, what I'm going to do first, actually, yes. Let's see, where is my little... I tell you. Well, I'll use this one. It's okay. I use watered down, the chocolate bar acrylic, watered down, okay? And on the bottom, where I have it, here we go. And on the bottom, where I have it already glued, oops, sorry. Very quickly, I'm just kind of, I'm not even do strokes. I'm just going to do it like that. Look at here. I want it to be just like the disc. I'm just kind of going there, blah, 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 and then blot it a little bit. That's how I did the color. And here where I got it, well, I just kind of blot it some more. If you want more color, then this is how you do it. Okay? And it makes it look like that, almost like a mahogany kind of a look. And it looks pretty. I like it very much. So once you do that, you're ready to glue it up, the color upside down, like so. That way I know everything is colored and everything is finished in here, okay? And also, I'm gonna give it just a teeny bit. I need to put glue anyway, but let me put the other glue. Hold that. Because I don't want it to stain or anything, okay? I'm just gonna do it all over. That way I have it, this will be finished. Even though I'm going to glue it on, well, I know that when it's dry, so if somebody decides to look up, it's going to be finished, okay? And now I'm gluing it all the way down, see? And I'm barely taking out, it's going to be a 1/16 of an inch on either side. I don't know if you see if you can tell right there. And can you tell in here? Barely. But it is a 1/16 of an inch in there. And that is a 1/16 of an inch in here, okay? And then you just press it down. And the back is flush to the back. And just press it down. And if that doesn't help you, good old masking tape will. Oops. And I'm just going to bring it down like this. This thing is so thin that even when I do it, I forget where it is. Here it is, okay. All right, and you press it nice and down, and again, let's see. Oops, that one goes that way, sorry, see? And of course, this is gonna do right in here, and with the little tweezers, make it fit. Okay, and then I'm going to come back from here so I can bring it, pull. And when I'm pulling, I know that that's gonna fit right in there as it should. And you're gonna do the same thing in here. And make sure that both sides are the 1/16 of an inch. And I know they are, but I'm checking anyway. Okay, let's see, yeah. And this one goes in here. And you can put as much tape if you want, especially if it's like it's not sticking very much, go ahead and put some more. And then we'll hold it down until it's good and dry. Once it's good and dry, then you're gonna go ahead and of course paint it. If you want this look, you're gonna paint it exactly like I did, you know, under here, because that's how I did it. And then you just blot it a little bit. If you want a little darker, you know, you play with your colors, in other words. Okay, this in here, I know it's ready to be taken out. I'm not gonna have a problem with it. So I'm gonna, as I come here, I pull a little bit. In other words, I come here, oops. I come here and I give it a nice little, not too much now, you don't wanna bring it through it. And then I cut, okay? And you know, this needs to be sanded. But, and then same thing here, okay? Now with it, I'm gonna hold the bead on this side with a finger so it won't go down anyway. And then with this one, and perfect. See, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more. Okay, because I don't want it to go through it. I'm gonna put a tiny bit in there of this E6000. I take all precautions. And this one, the same thing. I'm putting my finger right on the bead. And there it is. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. And there we go. Once you got that done, wait a minute, that doesn't go there. Let me put it where it's supposed to go. Okay, make sure I don't lose my little babies in here. Alrighty, once you get that done, then we'll go ahead and we can glue the sides on, okay? And now, you know when I had the problem I did. Don't you just love it? Good. And also this is why I did not paint the side or anything. I'm gonna put this side in here. Make sure it comes in. And because it's gonna be a little bit more wider, I'm not gonna worry about it, because what I'll do, I'll cut me a very thin, almost like a sliver of cardboard later, and I will bring it all the way down. So it's gonna be fine, because I like everything finish. Oh, here we go. Then bring this here. Okay, so they'll get nice and tight in there, and the rest of it will tape it. And pull, okay? And that little bit in there is gonna be fine. And then the same thing in here. And now I'm gonna do this one here. Okay, and see, I still got my my 1/16 of an inch right here. And this is really good and flush in here, which is what I wanted. And now we'll just go ahead and I find I can do better with the fingers than anything else. But you do want the glue nice and spread out, okay? Because it does better. Okay, and I'm gonna bring that out here. Uh-oh, I did the wrong one. The wrong side, hold on. Well, I glue the wrong side. It's not the wrong side, but I glue the wrong side. Why don't you just love it? It's this side I have to do. You had to watch me. I hope it wasn't, I mean, you know, it was pretty, you know, you could understand it pretty good. I'll just do the best I can. That's all I can say. Okay, see, it's just nice and flush in here. That's what I wanted. I'm gonna put that on there. And I really do love these little clips. I got this Dollar Tree, and believe me, it does help. I just do it in one end for a little bit, and then I come down a little bit and do it and the other end, squeeze them down, and it does fine. Because they're tiny, but they're still not small enough. I could put a what you call a cloth pad, but it really doesn't have the pressure this has. So I like this better. At least it's my preference anyway. Okay, and then here, again, I'm gonna pull and go down. And I guess we can do the same thing in here. Pull and go down and just put a little bit in there. I think it's gonna be fine, but just in case. Better safe than sorry, right? I always say. Okay, and I'm just gonna bring this one like so, and then just bring them down. There we go. I know it looks like it's been in the hospital, isn't it? But it don't take long really, and in here too on the side. I forgot about that because right here. And really don't take that long to dry, but while it's drying, you need to keep it as tight as possible so everything is nice and, you know, sealed, which is what you want. Once it's dry, like I said, it won't take that long. Take everything off. Put a coat of, I would put Mod Podge, 2 coats, or the wood glue, 1 coat, okay? All over it. Then you paint it. And at this point, you can go ahead and seal it. I bought me some little container of polyurethane at Walmart, and know they had the little cans, and I did. So I'm gonna do mine. I don't want a matte, but I don't want a glossy, so I got a semi-gloss. I'm hoping that's gonna work. But if not, you can use the wax. You know, this is a clear wax, home decor. I think this one I got in Walmart too. Or now this one says white, but it's white. I mean, it has a little white kind of a tone to it, in other words. So I would go for the clear. And I may do this one, I don't know yet. But I thought I'd try the semi-gloss first because I think I like to have the varnish in there. And if I don't like it, then that's okay. I'll just, but I don't think it's gonna be as glossy as my whole tree. And that's, you know, I feel like my whole tree is very, very glossy. I will finish the drawers as, you know, that we have. And then on the next video, I'll show you what I done to them. And like I said, I'm going to make sure everything is nice and flush, and there's not anything anywhere. And once you do that, you know, that's it. You paint it, and I like to paint it and then finish it, you know, with whatever I'm gonna use. I'll probably use the wax in the, okay, here we go. See, that one is a little bit bigger in there. And it's okay. There we go, okay? Once I do that, like I said, as I do that, first of all, I'm gonna put the glue. Then I'll let it dry. I'm gonna paint them inside all the way around it, okay? And before I do that, I'm going to put this in here, which you're going to center it right in the middle. This is for the big drawer. For the little drawer, you're not going to do that. You're going to put it on straight mark on the bottom of your little drawer. Like I said, I could have done this one a little bit taller. I think on my other ones they are. Let's see. Well, but you know, I thought, well, maybe if I make them a little bit smaller, And they are, see, they're a little bit bigger. So you just play with and to see what you want. You know, that's all I can say. But I did use for this piece around in here to make it easier on, because the other one was a little bit thick. I did use the cereal box, and I like it to use it. But if you really use the mat board, then, you know, it's fine too. But if you do it, make sure it goes inside of the frame instead of the outside. Because if you make it on the outside, if you put it on the outside, then it's what's going, and you got everything kind of, you know, measured pretty good, it's going to be bigger. So that's the only thing you have to be, you know, it's considerably bigger. You're talking about altogether an 1/8 of an inch bigger, a 1/6 of an inch on either side, okay, when you score it. So be careful with that. But other than that, that's it. So we're going to be finishing this baby, like I said, in the next video. And we'll be doing the legs. I'm going to show you what I have right now. It's not done yet. But I put a toothpick inside some paper clay. And now I'm letting it dry, still damp. This is why I didn't want to do it. I'll sand them really good. Make whatever changes I want to do in here. Because on this one, I have a pearl. On this one here, it has a little pearl. I don't want a pearl in here. I want to be able to do the whole thing. Is supposed to be the wood, so I decided to do it. So, but I did mine with, like I said, I just cut off the length that I needed for my the legs of the secretary, and I cut the toothpicks out of it. You know, both ends. These ones I did 4 of them exactly the same. Then I cover it up with paper clay. Now I'm letting them dry. Tomorrow will be nice and dry. I can sand them off really good, make them all look beautiful, the same, and be ready to actually then to glue on. And I will glue them on the base too, by the way, before I paint it. Okay, because that way it holds into it better, and then you can go ahead and paint the base, the legs, the whole thing. Okay. So until tomorrow and or next time, stay well, stay crafty, and God bless you.